Alright, welcome back guys, welcome back to another video on football forensics. So today's video will be the review of England 1, Czech Republic 0. So before we do begin, if this type of content does interest any of y'all, please do subscribe as I will be posting similar content for the upcoming Euros games. So anyway, with all that out of the way, let's get into it. So starting off, yesterday's performance by England was a typical England performance, wasn't it? I mean, during the first 30 minutes or so, they were playing some really attractive attacking bit of football. They did manage to get the goal during the first half, and like the previous games against Croatia and Scotland, after the first 30 minutes or so, they did seem to take their foot off the gas pedal, and it did become quite boring after that. Now I do know that this was a much better performance from England than the ones we saw against the Scotland team and even against Croatia, but there is still room for a lot of improvement, and England will have to considerably improve after taking into account the fact that they will be facing either Portugal or Germany in the round of 16. So anyway, before moving on to the key takeaways from this game, let's first of all look at the lineup that Gareth Southgate did select to face the Czech Republic. So for this game, Gareth Southgate had picked Jordan Pickford to be the goalkeeper, with Kyle Walker as the right back, Luke Shaw as the left back, and the defensive partnership of Harry Maguire and John Stones. Harry Maguire, of course, had just returned from injury, and there was a little bit of question marks as to how he would perform, but he did put in a superb performance this time around. So moving on to the midfield, there was the defensive partnership of Declan Rice and Kalvin Phillips, and the number 10 this time was Jack Grealish, with the right midfielder being Saka, the left midfielder being Sterling yet again, and Harry Kane up front. So from the moment this lineup was released, there were a lot of eyebrows raised. There were a lot of question marks, especially as to why Saka was starting ahead of Jadon Sancho, and also why Raheem Sterling kept his place. However, when this game was over, nobody was questioning Gareth Southgate's decisions, and everybody was basically praising him, especially in relation to the selection of Saka. And his performance in this game will be the first key takeaway in this video. And what a superb man of the match performance by the 19-year-old Arsenal midfielder. I mean, after watching this game, I do now genuinely understand how he has gotten so much game time in that Arsenal team, and the way he just knows when to take risks and when to just pass the ball to another player, the way he knows how to wriggle around and get out of tight situations. The man just oozes confidence, doesn't he? And his build-up play, which did lead to the goal that was converted by Raheem Sterling, just summed up his performance, didn't it? A superb 8.5 out of 10 in my opinion, and if he does continue to play like this, he will be a superb threat during this Euros campaign, and he will also be a brilliant prospect for the future of England as well. So for me, the second key takeaway from yesterday's game has to be the performance of none other than Jack Grealish. I mean, we've all been crying for Gareth Southgate to start him in a football game for England, and he finally did, and what a performance by Jack Grealish. He was running around causing all sorts of problems, being a constant nuisance to the Czech Republic team. So for me, the key takeaway from the performance by Jack Grealish was not the fact that he did provide an assist, not the fact that he was a constant nuisance to the Czech Republic defense, but the fact that every time Jack Grealish does tend to play for England, he does seem to make everybody around him better players, and we could see this clearly with Harry Kane. I mean, today Harry Kane seemed very comfortable playing alongside Jack Grealish, and he seemed much more involved. So for me, an overall superb performance by Jack Grealish, a superb 8 out of 10 in my opinion. And yeah, Jack Grealish does seem to bring out a superb sort of squad chemistry with the England attack, so I do hope he will play for England much more consistently under Gareth Southgate. So for me, the final takeaway from this game is, because England did manage to beat the Czech Republic and finish first in Group D, they will be rewarded, if you will, with a round of 16 face-off against whoever finishes second in Group F, so either Portugal or Germany. And because of this, England will have to improve their overall game, not only on the pitch but also in relation to tactics. So I am going to be a little bit optimistic and hope that Gareth Southgate as well as the England team will be able to find a winning sort of formula before next Tuesday's game against whoever finishes second in Group F. So anyway, that in essence is my review of England 1, Czech Republic 0. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the game. Stay safe, and I will catch all of y'all in the next one.